A problem a lot of people have is getting the ball out the back corner when it's tight to the side wall and tight to the back wall. One of the solutions for this is a shot that's not played that much, but it can be very effective in doing that. So this is the skid boast. So clues in the name, we're trying to skid the ball off the side wall and the front wall quite high up in that corner to then get it up and over our opponent, who's likely waiting on the tee if they've hit a good shot, up and over them and into the opposite back corner. It's a shot I really like to use, particularly on the forehand side. I personally find it a bit easier to dig the ball out on my backhand and get it back straight. And I also find the skid boast easier to play on the forehand from just the natural swing and racket position as well. So it's a shot that I want to use when I think my opponent is going to be rushing forward to try and cut off the next ball. So if they're expecting a loose return from me, then I'm going to try and use that, get it nice and high, up and over and into the opposite corner. Okay, so sort of technical points for it, okay, is that you've got to get low. There's no point trying to hit the ball when it's low and I'm above the ball. I've got to get underneath this ball, okay? The hardest thing here is getting underneath this ball to get it up high and over into the far corner. So I also want to be nice and balanced in doing so. So again, I want that weight on my back foot and then trying to come out and underneath the ball. That's also going to help me recover back to the middle and hopefully be able to attack the next ball if I execute my skid boast well. So the angle that I'm looking for on the boast here is quite different to any of the other boasts. So I'm going to be aiming quite far up the side wall, so quite close to that front wall, and then I want it to hit the front wall, again, quite close to that same corner. So then we're getting the angle for it to come up and over into the far corner. If I hit too close to myself down the side wall, it's just going to go further across on the front wall, off this other side wall and short and sit here nicely for my opponent to attack. If I don't get enough angle, if I hit too far up the side wall, then it's just going to come straight back down the middle, probably to my opponent who's waiting on the tee. We need to have an open racket face to hit this, okay? But we don't want to put too much cut on it. We actually want to take the cut off. So we want the open racket face and we want to swing through, but I want to come underneath the ball, underneath and through the ball. Okay, I don't want to slice and I don't want to cut down on it. Okay, I want that open racket face and I want to really hit quite a lot of racket head speed. It's going to be a shot that you've got to hit quite hard. If you hit it softly, it's just not going to go anywhere. Okay, so I've got to get as much of my weight behind the ball to get into the shot, to be able to hit high and over into the opposite corner. So I'm going to go back here, okay, I'm going to aim to skid the ball off this wall, onto the front wall and into that corner there. So it's going to be when it's quite tight into the back. I haven't got many other options. If I boast, a normal 2 or 3 wall boast, my opponent's going to be straight on that because they're expecting it from their good shot. So I'm really going to try and get down, try and skid the ball off and over and into the far corner.